Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, students. Welcome Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Hope you all are fine. This lecture is for grade second year, boys and girls, Pakistan Studies. Today, first of all, we will discuss one remaining topic of chapter 9 and exercise, and also we will start chapter 10, and this is 28th lecture. Chapter 9, most of the topic we have done in the previous lecture, economic planning and development in Islamic Republic of Pakistan, meaning and importance of economic planning and development, agricultural development, industrial development, trade and commerce. We have done and discussed in detail in the previous lecture. Today, the last topic, information technology, we will discuss, and also chapter 9, exercise. Information technology, information technology, IT means information technology. That is a common term familiar for everyone working in the field of information and education. It's not a new term. Now everyone is familiar with this term IT or information technology, and IT has made impact on almost all sphere of social life, and this impact is ever increasing. And during the last 2 decades of the 20th century, personal computers have developed into a powerful medium for accessing, processing, manipulation, projection, and broadcast of the data and information. Internet has emerged as a very powerful tool of dispersing information. Our world has virtually turned into a that global village. We call now it's a global village, and modern electronic techniques have brought human beings and ideas in a very close interaction. Knowledge of the information tools techniques is a essential compulsory for a modern man as basic literary. IT has given us a new vision, a new direction, a new think about the future, and it has equipped us with the tools we can apply for making our society literate and civilized and expand our frontiers of knowledge. Pakistan, like all other developing countries, Pakistan is a developing countries, is in dire need of revamping its IT infrastructures on revolutionary basis. Pakistan is also trying. We need an entirely new generation of IT expert and need to create an atmosphere congenial for the development modern information culture. In order to achieve this goal or target or objective, we shall first of all have to make basic computer workstations available at all levels. Our IT program had to be very comprehensive and pervasive, but our less developed area need to be especially targeted. Obviously, first step we should take in this direction is to connect our remote areas with internet facilities. Okay, student, this is the last topic of chapter 9. Chapter 9, information technology, IT, we have done. One short question can be asked. Write a short note, information technology, or define information technology. Define information technology, you will write IT means information technology, and it is now a common term familiar for everyone working in the fields of information and education. IT has made impact on almost all sphere of social life, and this impact is ever increasing. And during the last 2 decades of the 20th century, personal computer have developed into a powerful medium for accessing, processing, projection, and broadcast of the data and information. You will define IT like this. Now exercise chapter 9. First of all, fill in the blanks. First, -% of our national wealth come from agricultural sector. That is 32% of our national wealth come from agricultural sector. Number two, -% of Pakistan's population lives in rural areas. 72% of Pakistan's population lives in rural areas. Number three, at the time of partition, only dash factories came to Pakistan's share. 34. The first 5-year plan was started in the year 1955. This is not included in your syllabus. The eighth 5-year plan started in the year 1993. MCQs, our country earned dash to dash% share of her foreign exchange from agricultural export, 70 to 80%. 70 to 80% share of her foreign exchange from agricultural export. Number two, at the time of partitions, Pakistan population was dash% of India's total population, 20. Number three, backwardness of dash sector is a paramount cause of the overall backwardness of our economy. I told you agriculture. Number four, during the second 5-year plan, our national income increased at the rate of 24% against the stipulated target of 38%. In the first blank, you will write 24 and the second one 38. Indo-Pak War was fought in the year 1965. Then true false, you will do true false. Put right parts together. Purchase of goods and services, commerce. Primitive agriculture practices, less agriculture produce. E-commerce, internet, information technology, computer. Factors helpful for human development, resources. Then short question, during lecture I have told you. First short question, give Professor Lewis definition of the fiscal planning. I told you a very first page of this chapter, Professor Lewis Lorwen has defined planning in the following words. Economic planning is a scheme of an economic organization for the purpose of utilizing all available resources to achieve maximum satisfaction of people's need within a given time. Then what was the Pakistan's condition at the time of partition in respect of industrial development? Page number 157, background, industrial development, background. You will write complete this. Define trade and commerce. I also told you during lecture, define trade and commerce. That is, answer is page number 158. Trade and commerce, first paragraph. Write a short note on e-commerce. E-commerce, same page 158, last complete paragraph. And define IT. We did today. Now I told you. Now the last chapter of your book. Today we will start Foreign Policy of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Sorry children, and long question from chapter 9, long question from chapter 9 which are included in your syllabus. Why planning is essential for development? I told you. Signify the importance of agriculture in our national economy. We have done. Give the background of industrial development in Pakistan and signify the importance of industries in the development of national economy. We have done. What is meant by trade and commerce? Also signify the importance of e-commerce. We have done. What is the importance of information technology in the modern world? IT, which we did today. These are all questions. First 5 questions, first 5 long questions from your exercise included in your syllabus. Means you have to learn this all chapter for long question can be asked from any topic. Now chapter 10, the last chapter of your book, Foreign Policy of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, the topics which are included in your syllabus. Definition of foreign policy, objectives of foreign policy of Pakistan with China, India, Iran, USA, Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia. Today we will discuss first two topics: definition of foreign policy and objectives of the foreign policy of Pakistan. And the last topic, foreign policy of Pakistan with China, India, Iran, USA, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, we will do in the next lecture. First of all, definition of the foreign policy. What is foreign policy? Foreign policy is the way a nation handles relation with other countries. What is the meaning of foreign policy? To create, to establish relation with the other countries in the best interest of the people and the country. This is the meaning of foreign policy. The general plan or the strategy of one country to create the relation with the other country. The process of establishing relation with other state is called foreign policy. This is the meaning of foreign policy. What is a foreign policy? Important short question, it can be asked in your paper. What is a foreign policy? Define foreign policy. With the advancement of communication technology, our world has virtually turned into a global village. We have also discussed in IT that our world has changed or turned into a global village, and no country can survive to create relation with the other country. No country in the modern world can survive independently in total seclusion of other. Every state needs to create relation with the other country, and every state of as the member of the community of nation is bound to establish relation with other state. Means now the world has changed into global world, and no country can live or survive herself without creating good relation with the other country. And the policy is a state adopts in the process of establishing relation with other state is called foreign policy. It has been defined like this: the general plan, the main plan of one country concerning its relation with other country. Student, if the question what is a foreign policy, define foreign policy, you will write complete this. Now, fundamental principles of Pakistan's foreign policy. What are the main fundamental principles of Pakistan's foreign policy? Our foreign policy is based on the following five fundamental or main principles. Number one, cooperation. Five fundamental principle. Number one, cooperation with the United Nations and other international agencies in maintaining world peace. United Nation, what is United Nation? Also we call it UNO or the United Nation Organization. It is an international organization, and it was established after the Second World War. And for which purpose it was established? Why it was needed to establish United Nation? What is the duty of United Nation? It was established to maintain peace in the world and other international agencies. Also, this is the principle of Pakistan's foreign policy, to create or to cooperate with these international organizations to maintain world peace. Friendly relation with all nations of the world. This is also the foreign policy of Pakistan, to create friendly, good relation with all the nations of the world, no discrimination and no differences. To create friendly and equal relation all the nations of the world. Non-alignment, neutral. Also, this is the policy of foreign policy of Pakistan. Non-alignment, to create equal relation with all the countries. Fraternal relations with the Muslim countries. You know, Pakistan is an Islamic country, and also it is in the foreign policy of Pakistan to create fraternal brethren relation with the Muslim countries of the world. Regional cooperation. Regional cooperation. You know, Pakistan is in South Asia, and also it is the foreign policy of Pakistan to create good friendly relation with all the countries which are the neighboring countries of Pakistan, and Pakistan is all the time ready to cooperate with these countries. So these are the five fundamental principles of Pakistan's foreign policy. Next important long question, aims and objectives of our foreign policy. What are the main aims and objectives of our foreign policy? First, preservation of national independence. The Muslims of South Asia, you know now the history, how Pakistan achieved freedom, and in the Muslims of South Asia, how they struggled, they work hard and struggle hard against the British and Hindus hegemony, and solely because they wanted to live like an independent and free nation according to their religion. In order to safeguard her independence, Pakistan had to fight two wars against India in 1965 and 1971. And why Pakistan fought these wars? Because Pakistan preservation of national independence has always remained the paramount principle of the foreign policy of our country. You know, students, what is the main, and also it can be asked in short question, what are the objectives of our foreign policy? So you will write only these headings. Number one, preservation of national independence, support for the right of self-determination for all nations. Number three, promotion of international cooperation. Number four, non-alignment. Number five, regional cooperation. Number six, unity of the Muslim world. If it is asked in long question, you have to explain all these points in detail. Preservation of national independence, to preserve, to save the national independence of Pakistan. That is the main or the important or paramount or most important principle of the foreign policy of our country. Next, support for the right of self-determination for all the nations. What is the next aim and objective of Pakistan's foreign policy? Pakistan all the time supported, and Pakistan stands with these nations, support for the right of self-determination for all the nation in international forums. Pakistan always rendered full support to the cause of the nations fighting for their right of self-determination. Pakistan always stands with these nations and freedom from foreign subjection. Pakistan successfully supported the independence movement of the countries like South Africa, Cambodia, Africa, Bosnia, Libya, Indonesia, Eritrea, and a number of other Asian and African countries. And Pakistan always support these countries for their right of self-determination. Pakistan has been giving unflinching and consistent support to the cause of independence of the people of Kashmir and Palestine. Promotion of international cooperation. Pakistan all the time is ready and always promote of international cooperation. Pakistan all the time to ready to create good friendly relation with all the countries of the world, and always promoted the international cooperation and unity. Pakistan became the member of the United Nations organization in the very next month after its independence. After a very next month means September 1947, Pakistan became the member of the United Nations organization. Next month, September 1947. As a member of the UNO, Pakistan always supported, always stand the policy of resolving international dispute through negotiation. Pakistan used her good offices for conciliation among different countries of the world at many times. At different times, Pakistan always help, always stand with these countries and support, complete support these countries. In this respect, Pakistan's effort to bring about ceasefire between Iraq and Iran. Iraq and Iran war, Pakistan played an important and main role, and Pakistan's effort to bring about ceasefire between Iraq and Iran during their long drawn out war needs special mention. Next, non-alignment, neutral. We are living in a bipolar world, and generally divided. These world is divided in socialist bloc, main China, and the capitalist bloc. You know, the American bloc is a called capitalist bloc, and since Pakistan fought its way to freedom on the basis of the ideology based on the principle of Islam. Freedom on the basis of ideology. Many times I have told you what is the ideology of Pakistan. Islam is the ideology of Pakistan. So Pakistan fought its way to freedom on the basis of an ideology means Islam, based on teaching of Islam, principles of Islam. It is not possible for us to become a blind camp follower of either of the two ideological bloc. We have always tried to establish cordial relation with all the countries of the world, friendly relation, good relation with all the countries of the world, irrespective of their ideological affiliation. In 1979, it can be asked in MCQs, join the name. What is the name? Non-aligned movement as a regular member. It can be asked when Pakistan joined non-aligned movement. In 1979, Pakistan joined this organization, regional cooperation. Pakistan has always strived or worked hard to establish good neighborly relation with the countries of the region. Pakistan entered into a pact with Iran and Turkey, which was known as the RCD. What is RCD? RCD means Regional Cooperation for Development. It can be asked in short question. RCD stands for Regional Cooperation for Development, and this pact has now renamed as ECO. ECO means Economic Cooperation Organization. First, old name, it can be asked in MCQs. What is the new name of RCD? It is the new name of RCD is ECO, Economic Cooperation Organization, and has been expanded to accommodate Central Asian Muslim state. Pakistan has always maintained ideal friendly relation with the People Republic of China. You know, in the China is a neighboring country of Pakistan, and all the time China and Pakistan's friendship in the history. If we will discuss in the coming topic relationship with Pakistan and China, then you will observe that they are all the time China stands with Pakistan, and which is strategically the most important country of our region, and also the China is the superpower and neighboring country of Pakistan, and all the time China and Pakistan's proved itself a true friend. We are trying to improve our relation with our problem neighbor India. India unfortunately has not so far responded positively to Pakistan's offer of a no war pact. Also, we will discuss Pakistan and India relations. You know that in the history all the time, like a Cold War between Pakistan and India, and two war 1965 and 71. I told you fought between Pakistan and India, and in the history not good relation between Pakistan and India. Unity of the Muslim world. You know, Pakistan is an Islamic country, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and all the time it was the foreign policy, the main objective of our policy to create friendly brethren relation with all the Muslim world of the country. Strengthening fraternal tie with the Muslim countries of the world forms an essential part of the Pakistan ideology. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a great protagonist of the unity of the Muslim world principle of the foreign policy or state policy. In the 1973 constitution of Pakistan proclaimed that the state of Pakistan shall make efforts for the improvement of its relation with the Muslim world. Also, after the creation of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam mentioned and Quaid-e-Azam explained, and he was a great protagonist of the unity of the Muslim world. It is the foreign policy of Pakistan to create and to unite the Muslim world, to unite the Muslim country, and it is also mentioned in 1973 constitution. Pakistan maintains very cordial relation with all the Muslim countries. Pakistan is an important member of the OIC. What is OIC? Islamic Conference, Organization of Islamic Conference and all other Islamic forums. Pakistan always ready, and Pakistan played an important role and is an important member of OIC and other Islamic forums. Pakistan has a brilliant record of upholding and pleading the cause of Muslim fighting for their independence in Palestine, Kashmir, Cyprus, Eritrea, and Bosnia. This support was moral as well as diplomatic. Student, today we will discuss the what is foreign policy, definition of the foreign policy, then fundamental principles of Pakistan foreign policy, aims and objectives of our foreign policy. These are important question. Hope you understand today's lecture and also learn these topic today. Thank you. Have a nice day.